Welcome to the Highly Effective Man podcast, hosted by former Navy SEAL turned life and fitness coach. I'm your host, JP Bolwahnn. This podcast is your resource for unlocking the healthiest, most productive, and highly effective man within you. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Highly Effective Man podcast. I'm your host, JP Bolwahnn, Navy SEAL veteran, life and fitness coach, and firefighter. So today's episode is for the man who's tired of spinning his wheels. So if you're fed up with overthinking your workouts, your meals, your routines, if you want to stop relying on motivation and finally feel consistent, this is your wake-up call. We're talking about systems, discipline, and how we create the kind of structure that leads to freedom. So let's get into it. So this is why you need to rely on systems over motivation, okay? Because here's the deal. Motivation is garbage if you're relying on it to change your life. It's unpredictable, it's emotional, and frankly, it's the reason why most guys start strong and then they burn out by week 2. But you know what never fails? Systems, okay? Systems, routines, discipline. It's that 6 a.m. training session that's a non-negotiable, right? It's those prep meals that eliminate decision fatigue. It's that morning routine that sets the tone before the world is pulling at you. If you're the kind of man who wants consistency without overthinking it, then this is your path, okay? You don't need to feel like it. You just need to execute. And systems create that freedom. Some guys hear the word routine and they think, oh, it's going to be restrictive. Okay, but I'll say this. Systems, they don't cage you. They actually free you. And when you automate things that matter, your workouts, your meals, your planning, you create mental clarity. Okay, and that gives you freedom to lead, to grow, to be present with your family, and to move through your day like you're a man on a mission. Right now, I'm in week 12 with the original group who started the Highly Effective Man community with me. We started back in January, and this week's about building that system. The best feedback that I've gotten is that they don't have to think anymore. They just do it, right? All the stuff they've been doing over the last 12 weeks has led to that. The accountability, the discipline, the structure. It's created new habits that have them running on autopilot. And that's the real win. Okay. Now, recently I went through a coaching program for myself because obviously I want to be the best coach I can be for the men who come to me and come to my program. And the focus of the program was all about getting into the flow, right? Getting into the zone, that type of thing. And it's that state where, everything is just clicking. You're not having to think. You're just doing it. You're dialed in. You're present. You're sharp. And the big takeaway in that program is that flow just doesn't happen, okay? It's not magic. It comes from eliminating decision fatigue and being organized, all right? Using your calendar and actually sticking to it, okay? Eliminating distractions like your phone, your computer, building your day with intentional blocks of time so that there isn't that chaos, right? It's a system. And when you follow it, you actually get more done. You feel more in control, and you're able to show up as a high-performing man that you know you can be. So if you're listening to this, I know what you want, even if you haven't said it out loud, right? Because I've been there. I've lived it. You want clarity, to stop guessing yourself every step of the way. You want consistency, no more starting and stopping. You want momentum, the kind that stacks wins over time. You want freedom from the chaos, from indecision, from that voice that keeps saying, I'll start on Monday. And you want to feel like a man on a mission again, that's fired up, focused, and dialed in. Well, the way you get there is systems. Okay, so build it around the man that you want to become. Ask yourself, who do I want to be a year from now? Do I want to be stronger? Do I want to be more confident? A man looks at his family and he wants to be that rock for them, right? Cool. Well, then build a system that man would live by and start living it today. Okay? Train 3 to 5 times a week. Lock in your sleep. Set a Sunday planning routine, right, for the week so you know what's coming up and how to prepare for it. Prep your meals before the chaos starts of the week. The less you have to think, the more you can do. And the more you do, the more you become that high-performing man. Now, discipline creates momentum. And let me be real with you. Discipline is not punishment, okay? It's power. Everybody knows that a disciplined man is a guy you don't fuck with, right? One disciplined action leads to another. One decision becomes a routine. And then that routine becomes an identity. And once you're living from identity instead of emotion, you're unbreakable. And that's what I want for you. And that's what I've helped men build. Not just a six-pack. Yeah, six-pack's awesome. Yeah, that's cool, right? But a life that runs on a mission with momentum and meaning, that's the real power. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're sick of wasting time, energy, and willpower, it's time to stop thinking, okay? And it's time to start doing. Create your systems. Commit to the routine. Build a structure that will carry you even when the motivation is gone. Because the motivation comes and goes, right? That system stays. Because at the end of the day, the man who has to decide every day like what they're going to do, you've already lost, man. But the man who's already decided, that guy wins. Right? And if this hit home for you, send it to a brother who needs to hear it. I want you to subscribe, drop a review, and if you're ready to stop guessing and start executing, join us at the Highly Effective Man community. Until next time, lock in your routines, stay consistent, and stay highly effective. Let's go. Thank you for listening to the Highly Effective Man podcast. If you enjoyed or learned something on this episode, do me a favor and share this with somebody who you think needs to hear it. And one last thing, if you want to work with me as your coach to help you get fit, be more productive, and in general, just be the most effective version of yourself, head over to my site, higherlevelcoaching.co. Once again, that's higherlevelcoaching.co, and schedule a call with me there. Thank you again. Let's go.